Brazil's approximately 7,500 kilometers of coastline stretches from the temperate southern waters to the tropics. Wild, rocky sections alternate with paradisiacal beaches. These waters attract many visitors. Far out in the ocean, humpback whales are heading north, heading for the coast of Brazil. These whales are engaged in their yearly migration. They departed Antarctic waters 3 weeks ago and have been continuously traveling ever since. Now they arrive in southern Brazil. Another week's journey awaits to reach their destination. On the southern coast, there is rough weather. The waves stir up the sand. And a frosty wind, the minuano, forms the landscape. The interplay of wind and waves creates a large lagoon behind the beach every year. Immense flocks of birds gather by the nutrient-rich shallow waters. Many of them come from North America and have flown thousands of kilometers to eat here. You have a long journey home ahead of you, so you have to build up plenty of fat reserves. Among the other waders, the rare Hudson-Schnepfen have also mixed. With their extra long beaks, they probe the sand. Visitors and locals explore the lagoon together side by side. With their feet, the flamingos stir up the muddy bottom and filter their food out of the murky water. The food supply of the lagoon is so large that the flamingos can stay here permanently. Brazil's southern coast is unique for hosting them throughout the year. In April, the migratory birds fly back to their breeding grounds, some as far north as possible. Hudson snakes fly an incredible 9,000 kilometers, fueled by energy gained in the lagoon. The magnificent frigate bird. These elegant birds glide through the sky over coastal waters with their 2-meter-long wings. They are so skilled that they can catch fish without getting wet feet. Surprisingly, their feathers lack water-repellent properties, unusual for seabirds. A landing in the sea can be fatal for them. They are excellent flight artists, which they also use to hunt each other's catch. Magnificent frigate birds occur along the entire Brazilian coast. They nest on many islands off the coast. But not on this one. Although Queimada Grande is only 32 kilometers off the mainland, the island is also uninhabited by people. It is even forbidden to enter it. And there's a good reason for that. Here lives the island lance viper, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. And she's not alone. The island is literally covered in these snakes. No one has counted them so far, but according to estimates, there are thousands of snakes on the small island. On this island, 1 snake per square meter. The island lance viper, a snake-hunting mammal, is its close relative. There are no mammals on this island. The snakes have therefore moved on to bird hunting. It's an especially difficult environment. "110 kilometers north of Snake Island, or about 10 hours flight for frigate birds, lies the Alcatrazes archipelago. In addition to the frigate birds, white-bellied boobies also nest here. Parent birds alternate between nesting duties and food hunting. No poisonous hunters lurk on these islands, but the weather here is just as changeable as on Queimada Grande. The white-bellied boobies do not have a specific breeding season, so there are young birds of all ages. Rain transforms the island into a cold-drenched rock. For the newly hatched chick, which cannot regulate its own body temperature, the rain is a great danger. Parents must shield them from the rain's harm. Older birds have a better chance of surviving. A full stomach is undeniably beneficial, especially since parents sometimes lack the inclination to feed. A newly hatched chick faces challenges surviving in adverse weather conditions. My mother seems to ignore it. With unpredictable weather, choosing the right snack becomes a risky endeavor. Boobies have remarkable longevity. Perhaps the next chick will withstand the rain. The frigate birds and white-bellied boobies of Alcatrazes archipelago cover vast distances during their travels. You will soar above humpback whales migrating tirelessly and nearing their destination in mere days. diverse stretches of the Brazilian coastline feature expansive mangrove forests flourishing vibrantly.
Between the unique roots of red mangroves, mud accumulates rich with stories of nature's persistence.
And it offers many small living beings an opportunity to develop. The most striking is the winker crab. Men want to stand out at all costs.
The massive scissors are utilized to intimidate both mates and female crabs, creating a dynamic and intense display. To impress.
Clock tells the crabs when to retreat to their dens before the flood.
Traveling an incredible distance of over 4,000 kilometers, the whales ultimately reach their long-awaited destination. The Abrolhos Islands lie more than 70 kilometers off the coast. Since leaving the Antarctic waters, the whales have endured without consuming any sustenance during their journey. And they will also be eating off their fat reserves for the next 3 months until they return. Their arrival is driven by one purpose: to engage in mating rituals as part of their life cycle.
The male whales demonstrate their strength.
Among large whales, they stand out for their acrobatic feats, despite their immense size of over 12 meters in length and weighing up to 30 tons.
Water conducts sound very well.
Below the water surface, the roar can be heard over long distances.
The warm, shallow waters offer corals an ideal habitat.
And the edge of the Abrolhos archipelago forms the largest coral reef in the South Atlantic.
This area is home to unique corals found exclusively in Brazil. These are ancient species that have only survived in this specific region. The Abrolhos Reef harbors an astounding variety and number of fish.
massive schools of fish gracefully drift through the open waters above the reef. Smaller fish take refuge in the abundant cracks and crevices of the reef.
Even during the peaceful hours of night, when many fish rest, the corals actively extend their tentacles to feast on plankton. When few voracious fish swim around, the danger to corals and crustaceans is less.
The corals flourish in the consistently warm 24-degree water temperature. These ideal conditions have attracted humpback whales, compelling them to travel thousands of kilometers here. The warm, shallow waters are the ideal nursery for young humpback whales. The calf looks tiny next to its mother.
A newborn humpback whale weighs approximately 2 tons and spans over 4 meters in length. Despite its size, the calf is just as vulnerable as any other newborn.
The baby whale does not yet have a protective layer of blubber.
Therefore, the water temperature is crucial when he is just learning to navigate his world.
During its first year, the young cub remains by its mother's side. During this time, it has to learn a lot about life as a choice. The young whale is growing fast.
This is unsurprising, as breast milk contains approximately 50% fat. The calf drinks more than 45 liters per day. Mother whales are very caring and often help when the little one needs to breathe to the water surface. The Apollo's archipelago provides exceptional conditions for whale reproduction and offspring.
The magnificent frigate birds also use the archipelago. This location hosts one of their most significant breeding colonies.
The male birds try to impress in an unusual way. They blow up their bright red throat sac. Females evaluate the inflated males from an aerial vantage point. The size of the throat sac and the strength of the strange sounds seem to be the deciding factor. Chicks take flight only after about 22 weeks. During the first period, both parents feed the chick. But after about 10 weeks, the male leaves the family. The female takes care of her young for another 9 months. Even if it can fly, no other bird species mothers the offspring longer. Frigate birds can stay in the air for several days and nights and even sleep in flight. By employing this extraordinary ability, they traverse immense distances over expansive stretches of ocean to reach their destinations. This way, you can also reach the archipelago of Fernando de Noronha, which lies more than 2,000 kilometers away in the tropical latitudes of the Atlantic. The rugged islands are far from the mainland, and the few animals that have settled here have developed special survival strategies over millions of years. This skink is only available on Noronha. His ancestors came here across the Atlantic, not from South America, but from Africa. They were typical insectivorous lizards. However, the Noronha skink has significantly broadened its dietary preferences. In order to endure life on the island, he needed to uncover an additional food supply. This skink specifically focuses on the sizable flowers found atop a towering 9-meter tree. He could eat the crawling termites, but he prefers to feast on the sweet tree sap before continuing his long climb. As the skink consumes the nectar, the plant's pollen adheres firmly to its body. Besides a few pigeons residing in the region, these lizards play a crucial role as the tree's primary pollinators. Isolated islands often foster highly unusual interactions between diverse species. Spinner dolphins can be observed navigating the waters off Noronha's coastline. They spend their nights hunting in the vast open sea and return to the tranquil, protected coves each morning for rest. Here they rest, where sleeping dolphins don't stay stationary in one place, but gently move within the water. You also need to swim and breathe in your sleep. Therefore, only parts of your brain are at rest. They form small groups,
This ensures a watcher is always on alert, with one eye assessing potential threats and dangers from various directions. Those who inhabit the rocky shores encounter yet another demanding challenge, the constant ebb and flow brought by the tide's rhythmic cycles. At low tide, huge waves crash onto the coast. No living creature voluntarily exposes itself to this force. Unlike many creatures that avoid such hardships, crabs are notable for their adaptability and resilience. They live well among the crushers. The red cliff crab exhibits unique characteristics, boasting an expertly engineered, streamlined body alongside robust legs, perfectly suited to gripping onto rugged rocks amidst crashing waves. Them despite the surf to eat the algae that are exposed at low tide. When the water rises, the crabs retreat to the rocks. They try to avoid the hunters that the flood brings with them. In a safe spot, they wait for the water to recede fully. When the water recedes, the crabs rush back into the tidal zone to their alps. But this is not completely harmless either, because some dangerous hunters lurk in the tidal pools. The crabs have no choice but to cross the ponds. The octopus even climbs out of the water and climbs over the rocks to get from one pond to another. With each change of tide, the crabs follow the same path. Hunters know the exact spots. A moraine also glides over the rocks to reach the pools. Due to its ability to adapt to any background, the octopus can sneak up unnoticed. The moraine has to find a hiding place. The crabs cross the water as fast as possible. Sometimes they even walk over it. The moray eel lurks in a heavily frequented place. But the crabs are extremely agile. Not fast enough. The other crabs reach their old overgrown rocks and can eat their fill once more. Tomorrow the tide will turn again. a fresh chance for hunters.
With the tide, the octopus leaves the tidal pools and searches for deeper waters. It can transform its shape and color to perfectly imitate rock or seagrass. It even takes on the color of the fish swimming around it. They follow him in the hope of getting something from his booty. By late morning, the dolphins are rested and ready to play. Dolphins are very intelligent animals. They even invented their own game. Catch the seaweed. This allows the young dolphins to improve their motor skills, which they need for successful hunting. The adult dolphins also play with each other, albeit with slightly different intentions. Several male animals approach a female. They swim on their backs to mate with him. Off the coast of Noronha lie some shipwrecks. The Ipiranga was a Brazilian warship that ran on a rock in 1983. In the meantime, it has been transformed into an artificial reef and has become home to many species of fish. Snappers and groupers swim between the decks. In shallower water lies an even older wreck, a Greek ship that sank here in 1929. Glassfish swarming, it provides a safe cave in which to hide. They are nocturnal and only leave the cave at dark. Yellow-striped grunts also eat at night. During the day, they seek shelter in the group. Noronha even has its very special wrinkles. They rid larger fish of parasites like their relatives in reefs all over the world. But the Naranja wrinkles do something else. You follow a big robber to pounce on anything he might startle. They also follow the numerous parrotfish and prey on their fool's remains. The Naranja lipfish is significantly nimbler than its specialized relatives. The spinner dolphins hunt from the evening until deep into the night. You only get really active in the afternoon. They rotate several times around the longitudinal axis during their spectacular jumps. But why dolphins perform their acrobatic jumps, we don't know. These dolphins inhabit the waters surrounding Naranja. The frigate birds, on the other hand, also inhabit coasts that lie further north. This belongs to the Brazilian coastline. Moving west transforms the area into striking scenery. Blensus maranhensis lies just 2 degrees south of the equator. The region is one of the largest dune areas in the world, with around 1,500 square kilometers of white sand. Located in the hinterland of the coast, the area looks like a desert. An armadillo scours the sand to pick up the scent of a scorpion or spider. Armadillos have a strong sense of smell and recognize food that is 20 centimeters underground. Yet often their searches end unsuccessfully in these dunes. The armadillo digs a shelter to protect itself from the equatorial sun. Though Lenzoas maranhensis resembles a desert, it isn't one. There is much more precipitation here. And the armadillo senses that there will soon be more rain. With the rain, the landscape changes dramatically.
landscape isn't the only thing changing. Life starts stirring everywhere suddenly. The water turtle now senses that it is time to come to the surface. Strange creatures rise from the sand in which they have spent the past months since the last rain. They all make their way to the water. And this path can be long. Eventually, the toad and the turtle reach one of the lakes. But what lures them here? Surprisingly, there are insects and even fish. They live in lakes that did not exist a few days before. How does this happen? Could birds have brought the eggs here? Or were they buried in the sand for a long time? How most of these animals get here is still a mystery. One thing is for sure. The rapid emergence of life in these dunes is an obscure marvel of nature. All the animals here have only a few months before the tropical sun evaporates the water and turns Lensoir back to its desert-like state. Once the lakes have evaporated, the humpback whales move back towards Antarctica, always along the Brazilian coast. The calf will be suckled throughout the voyage, but the mother will not feed again until she returns to Antarctica. After enduring 5 months without food. Whether you live here permanently or just pass through, Brazil's coastal paradises offer the natural riches you need.